So welcome to the Emerging Lawyer Series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is the legal playbook, risk, compliance, and business strategy. We have with us Kriti Das, in-house counsel at global investment management firm, with a dynamic career spanning corporate law, employment regulations, data privacy, SEBI compliance, and business negotiations. With a law degree from NALSAR Hyderabad, Kriti has spent over a decade handling complex legal frameworks across industries from pharmaceuticals to finance. Her expertise in risk mitigation, conflict management, and strategic legal advisory makes her powers in this field. So, welcome, Kriti, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for the introduction.
So, let me explain you the flow. It's divided into three parts: the professional journey round, the personal journey round, and a surprise rapid fire round, for which you have to be very fun and quick, and you will get your gift Legal AI 101, which will be autographed by me and sent to you.
Thank you.
So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startups, SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So my first question, Kriti, what inspired you to pursue law, and how did you know corporate law is the right path for you?
So I think while growing up, I was fascinated with the concept of justice. I would end up having discussions with my parents or friends, what's right, what's wrong, why do we follow something, challenging those norms. Even in school final years, I remember writing a few articles in newspapers. There used to be a column where they'll ask, Times of India will ask questions, and as readers we would answer, and a few of them got published. So I think eventually law became an obvious choice after I passed out of the school and all. Corporate law, I think I gained interest in corporate law while starting in NALSAR, and mostly through my internships, where I'll see companies coming up with disputes, be it with their vendors, other organizations, or their internal compliance matters, issues, things like that. So eventually somewhere I thought maybe it's I want to be a part of that business or the heart where the problem arises, and maybe in a way if I be a source of mitigating those things. So that's how I ended up being into corporate law, and then as an in-house counsel.
Wow. So, Kriti, in an era where data privacy is a major concern, how can companies strike a balance between compliance and operational efficiency?
So I think first of all, companies need to have the mindset that compliance is not optional; it's a mandatory thing. And specifically in India, where the laws are still evolving, DPDP Act is yet to be implemented. We are still undergoing the rules and waiting for the implementation. Companies should be prepared that they should have their internal norms, governance, policies framed up. They should have a mindset that being this current technology, what should be the standards and all, and they should start following those, because that's important more from more than compliance. It's important for their customer trust and brand image. So that's more than, I think it may not be a compliance right now, it may come up tomorrow, but operational efficiency should be achieved right now.
Wow. So, Kriti, you've worked across diverse industries: healthcare, pharmaceuticals, energy, and now finance. How has it shaped your approach to corporate law, and what are the key learnings?
Yes, diverse industries have actually evolved my understandings. The law remains same, but how and in what context those gets applied, it's interesting. Even the issues that I've faced are complex, and maybe at times we feel that those are very industry specific and all. But in my experience, I have applied one industry solution to other, and achieved a more creative and practical solution. So yes, diverse industry background has in fact evolved me as a practitioner and helping my stakeholders.
Wow. So, Kriti, you have been involved in M&A due diligence. What's one high stakes negotiation that truly tested your skills?
Well, I think in M&As or any corporate actions to that matter, the price deal is sealed at a very early stage. The problem or the real friction, I say, will come when we sit as lawyers and write down our rights and obligation of the parties. There will be there's no playbook for what goes in mergers or acquisition document. We really carve out, and most of the negotiations I've seen in what will be the territory, the IP rights, the exit rights, what happens if the deal doesn't go through or falls in midway. And I think as a lawyer, my only aim will be to reach us, or help my clients, my organization, with a solution where both the parties are comfortable in agreeing, they have a clarity, and they are confident to move ahead with the deal, and that's a win for a lawyer.
So, Kriti, your next area, the SEBI regulatory landscape keeps evolving. How do you see these changes impacting corporate governance?
Well, SEBI has been, very focused on coming up with new regulations every day almost, and their recent regulations have been a clear path for transparency and accountability. The PIT regulations, the cloud framework, the ESG disclosures that have been mandated clearly shows that they don't want the policies and ethics to be on paper, but the organization should be accountable for what they do. These regulations not only forces or obligates the entity to follow those, but those vendor associated risks are also managed. The investors are now safer. So yes, that's a great move. The lot of compliance burden, but yeah, that's a great move from SEBI.
Wow. So let's go ahead. Employment law and posh compliance are critical in corporate spaces. How has the conversation around workplace policies evolved?
Well, Posh, the law came in 2013. It's been more than a decade. And in my experience, I've seen companies these days are moving more towards diversity and inclusion. So, Posh is a great example where I've seen companies are moving ahead in policy implementation. It's not just on paper, but in practice. The POSH Act is very specific to women, sexual harassment of women in workplace, but companies are making the policy gender neutral to have it more cater to their global workforce. Even the labor codes, the proposed labor codes have actually made the organizations rethink their policies, the work timings, the wages, and also again, it's the labor codes are on its way. We still do not have any timeline, but yeah, the discussions, with the ongoing discussions, the policies are evolving, and the organizations are aware what's to be done.
Wow. So, Kriti, what are some of the most pressing legal challenges businesses face today, especially in financial services sector?
So I think not only financial, but in general, most of the pressing legal challenges that companies face today is regulatory compliances and data governance. Be it SEBI, RBI, or the laws. We still in India, the laws are literally scattered or are on its way to implementation to meet the global or the current needs and all. So maintaining compliance is a herculean task for all of us. And I feel at times that when we call it compliance fatigue, it's a real issue. But yeah, we cannot, lower our guards, and we have to be compliant. A penalty can be a huge. So.
Wow. So, with AI and automation entering the legal space, do you think technology will reshape corporate law in the next decade?
Yeah, obviously it will reshape. I think it has kind of started also. There was time, even in-house counsels or teams will be burdened with a lot of day-to-day work. I think most of the things are being now done through AI. It's time saving, efficient, and that helps us a lot in getting involved in strategic matters rather than keeping ourselves busy with routine work. So yeah, it will definitely reshape, but yeah, not replace, I'll say.
Wow. So, Kriti, you have worked as both in-house legal teams, in-house counsel, and as well as an independent consultant. What are the key differences according to you?
Well, I've worked both the spaces, worked as an in-house counsel and independent consultant, and I feel that in-house gives me the opportunity to be more close to the business. I know what my business requires, my stakeholders requires. I have the in-depth knowledge of the strategy they want to implement, a long-term goal, and my advice is not only catering to that particular requirement, but to a wholesome objective of the organization. Whereas being an independent consultant, I'm focused on what specific matters, but yeah, there's like a variety in the work I got. So that's the difference. But yeah, if given a preference, I'll stay as an in-house because I'm looking more at long-term things.
So, Kriti, who has influenced you personally, professionally, and what are the key learnings?
Well, there's no one individual. I think at every step, someone has been there to hold my back and influence me, take a step, take my next step. So I think all those, I would like to maybe take this platform and opportunity to thank all of them and say, you helped me to dream big and reach where I am right now. And I look forward to their support in future as well.
Wow. So, if a young lawyer wanted to enter the corporate legal world, what key skills should they focus on?
I think a young lawyer entering into the field will obviously have their domain knowledge with them. So understanding, how it applies in the different contexts, it will not be a black letter that's A to B and you just copy it and things like that. So you need to understand in what context you are applying it. And second, being in legal, it's important to have that clarity, or where you can understand and make your stakeholders also understand that these are the legal risks, these are the practicalities of implementation or whatever. A clarity in communication is very much required. So I'll maybe advise these things to focus on.
Wow. So, let's go to next round and understand Kriti as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Well, I've spent most of my childhood in a small town called Jagdishpur. It's near to Lucknow. Both of my parents were working. My father was working with BHL. My mother was a school teacher. I have a young brother who is very curious and keeps me also motivated. And I think my formative years, I was allowed to explore different things and ask questions, keep my, keep give best in whatever I do. So no one stopped me, that you should not be trying new things or restrict yourself. So that's what I can recollect from my childhood, and that's what kind of shaped where I am right now.
Wow. So, Kriti, why did you select going to NALSAR, Hyderabad, and how was the experience and how did it help in shaping your career?
So I think after 12th, law was an obvious choice, and I joined NALSAR in 2006. And that time, today we have a CLAT, a common admission test. That time we used to have separate exams for all national law colleges, and thankfully I got into NALSAR, and being a premium institute, NALSAR became an obvious choice again. NALSAR was truly transformative for me. It's not about the studies, but the faculty, the peer group, the seniors, and the friends I made really shaped up my journey into the law. The discussions I had with them, I think I'm going down that memory path right now. But yes, that kind of shaped my future, and how I think or approach a problem or issue at work, or something related to legal. I think my college or my time at NALSAR had to do a lot with that.
So, Kriti, how do you unwind after a long day at in-house counsel work?
So I think I don't know. I keep myself my evenings, or maybe I'll finish up my work by my 9:30 if possible, if there's no call or anything, and I'll read a book. So that's all. I will finish my day.
Wow. So, thank you for leading me. So, what's that one book or movie that has influenced you, and what are the key learnings?
Well, recently I was reading one book, 101 ways, 101 essays that can change the way you think, by Brianna West. So it talks about that, I just remember one quote from where I'll just, maybe tell you. It's also, we keep on repeating same things, but we don't think that, just like our maybe New Year resolutions. Every New Year we take a resolution that, okay, this time I'll lose weight. But every time, or most of the time, most of us fail. And she tells that, it's not about why we fail. Maybe we need to change the way we think or we do. So these things, I think, this matter. Another book I was reading was Focus What Matters. That's also by Darkus. That's also a great read, because we feel as a generation that this generation is burdened with a lot more. We have this, that, because of social media pressure, or maybe the work culture, nuclear families, and this and that. But the book says, and that kind of makes sense, that every generation has its own issues and all. But it's important on how and we focus on what matters to us. So those have been
Wow.
good read recently.
So, Kriti, outside of law, what are your interests or hobbies?
Well, I love to paint a lot. So yeah, that's one of the things I do. And yeah, maybe that's one of the things I do in my free times also. During nights, I'll be sitting and painting. Another thing I love is traveling. I often travel and unwind myself.
Wow. So, what are your plans for 2025 travel plans?
So in early May, I'm going to Sikkim. I'm exploring Sikkim, the north of Sikkim. So that's the next travel plan right now.
Wow. So, if your friends had to describe you in 3 words, what would it be?
Their personal advisor. uh, 3 words, yeah, maybe personal. And I'll listen to them. I'll listen whatever they have to tell, and I'll not judge them. So yeah.
Wow. So, my last one is a googly one. Describe Kriti in one line.
Well, I'll take up. I think I love challenges, and I'll pick up something new every time. So I'll pick up a new hobby, a new thing, new activity. So I love doing new things, exploring new things.
Wow. So, let's go to the next round and have some fun, the rapid fire round.
Sure.
Your go to comfort food?
Chicken stew.
Your favorite color?
Blue.
Books or podcasts?
Books.
Working late nights or early morning meetings?
Early morning meetings.
Risk mitigation or crisis management?
Risk mitigation.
Corporate law or litigation?
Corporate law. I think, yeah, those are
Good piece
some.
of advice received.
I think that's from my dad that, he will always say that whatever you do, give your best shot. So that has kind of stayed with me always.
Wow. Favorite movie?
Right. Devil Wears Prada. I like that too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie. Meryl Streep, Anne
Yeah,
Hathaway.
it's always
Yeah.
like, should you fit in, should you not?
Yes. Okay. Tea or coffee to recharge?
uh, Tea, but I think today it's coffee time.
Okay. So you did well, and here's your book, which will be
Thank
sent to
you.
you. So, friends, it was a lovely conversation having on an afternoon. So, all those legal professionals who wants to be join corporate legal as an in-house counsel, handling different functions. Though this is the episode where Kriti will take you her experience, her personal insights, and if you want to be featured like Kriti, there are visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, and there are subscribe to the channel where 400 plus coffee speakers will share their interesting journeys, inspiring. So, and be part of one powerful community that is a coffee tribe community. So, we meet with another coffee speaker and continue our conversation. So, thank you.